about making like holiday posts like opt-in on the back
Mhm.
end where you can like maybe just select, you want XYZ, like you have all the different holidays listed and then you just opt into the social media posts. Um, what was the reasoning again for why that's like complicated?
I think it's just the back end of the site is not it's not a simple way to do it the way that we do the scheduling, right? It's not like we go one by one and schedule these posts, right? So I think that's the biggest thing is like the Facebook scheduler side of it is how it's done because then we would have to go in and manually do one by one of those as to where we can't just have like a list of, let's say, that's my understanding of it. So I won't give you the 100% that's what it is. That's the way it was explained to me is the way that the Facebook scheduling is. It would make it more complicated, but also just on the back end of our site, like we're way overdue for a whole redesign of just like our web app, Ad Central TV. Like when you log in and do all that, as there's a lot of things that need to be fixed on it, and it's way overdue. And I think now that we're kind of getting POS a little bit more along the way, I think that there's going to be a lot more time for them to be able to focus on that. But not saying it's not possible or it can't happen. It's just not something they're making a priority of, right? Like
Mm,
they don't see that as a bigger priority than getting POS perfected or trade-ins and stuff like
sure.
that. So it's kind of like I always fall low on the totem pole
Oh,
with my
gotcha.
with my requests or complaints. Like I've been asking him to remove like coming soon Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok or something on there forever. And I'm like, look, we already know we're not going to have it. Why is it even still there? Let's remove it because people might think we're going to have it eventually.
Right,
Again,
right.
it's they just don't want to mess with the actual design at the back end, and that just goes in. And they're like, if we're going to do that, we want to do a full on kind of redesign, like a 2.0, if you will.
Gotcha. Well, yeah.
So yes, it would be ideal. And those are things that I mean
Developers can
we could
be, yeah, I can understand that. Developers are definitely, how should I say, temperamental.
yeah, no, I've worked with them forever. I was in IT before this. The I worked with older developers at that point at the company I was at. So guys that were in their 40s and 50s that have been doing it for a long time. So I kind of just got to see all different levels of programmers and developers, and some are a little bit different than others. But yeah, they're very specific, and it's kind of whatever they want is what they get.
Yep, yep, I get it. I mean, it's a cool platform and everything. But yeah, I mean, if you can add in, I think, as I said before, the some of the security, like privacy and security tips for computers,
Mhm.
and just over on general, just
Yeah.
things that people should be aware of. I think it would help shops that want to maybe reach out to their community more or be more of a presence in their community because they can say, hey, subscribe to our Facebook, and we provide these tips and this advice,
Yeah, true.
um and so that's where I saw that. I've had a couple people come into my shop recently, and they had fallen for some gift card scams,
Gotcha.
and I was like, I need to make a post about this. uh
We've had a few people come in. I don't think gift cards, but we've had some people get scammed a couple $1,000s on like, that remote support type of stuff, right? Where
sure.
somebody remotes in and they just take control of the bank,
The
whatever it
gift card
is.
one is just so silly. I don't know how people fall for it.
Oh,
And
I know.
this
Isn't it
one's
like
even
iTunes cards and stuff half the time? Or don't they want something very specific usually?
yeah, and this one was, I mean, this one was really bad. I honestly don't know how she fell for it. Um, they had got into a friend's Facebook account, messaged her from that account, and then said, pretended to be that friend, and then she'd said something, and she said that she couldn't get into her Facebook, or she could get into her Facebook, and then um, they were then somebody gave her a phone number to call Facebook, which I said, oh Lord. And of course, she didn't call Facebook. And then they said, we're trying to, your Facebook account's been hacked, um, and they said that there's money somewhere. And they literally pulled up, they showed her, they said, tap on settings on your phone, go to general, and then go down to legal and regulatory on your phone. And they used this page right here on her phone, just the legal crap, and said these are the countries that are hacking into your phone right now. And that's what they told her. And she bought it hook, line, and sinker. Like they didn't do anything to her phone. It's just like used what was there. And then they said, she needed to go and get a gift card for Nike for $500. And they said, oh, they're gonna ask you what it's for. Just tell them it's for your grandkids. And she was like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't have any words because I'm like trying to stop myself from laughing. Like, how are you falling for this? Like,
Amazing.
it's
Absolutely amazing.
yeah, it's just, and it's sad. I mean, at the same time, because it's like, oh man, people are, they're giving giving people the benefit of the doubt, or they're lonely, or I talked to Dollar General who sold the gift card, and I said, you should be prompting your customers when they're buying gift cards that much. And she said, well, we usually do, but we're not allowed to, um, we're not allowed to, badger them or harass them or anything under a certain amount, or it's none of our business and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, you need to, like, people are being scammed, and like, you need to ask. If they say it's none of your business, that's one thing, but if they're answering your questions, keep asking.
Yeah.
Because she said somebody did ask her, and that was it. Like, they didn't say, are you being hacked? It's like they didn't give her any warning. She finally went down to her bank account and she had them on the phone, and they're like, hang up.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I know we've had somebody in here before. It's repeat like offender, like multiple times they've done this. Like once wasn't even like the lesson for them. They've lost thousands multiple times because they've let people remote in. And it's
Ugh.
like, at what point do you like not understand that nobody should be remoting in, nobody should be doing anything, like unless it's me, right? Like we're the only
Right.
people that should be doing anything. Like you shouldn't like believe what I don't know how it ever happens, whether it's, her, just typing in something, clicking a bad link and whatever. I don't know, but
Mhm.
she's older and it just happens. So
I
I'm
had
sure it's
a I
been
had one that said that she was, I don't know, she's like in her 80s, and she was talking about how she had like a boyfriend in Miami, and she was like, had all these posts, and I was like, you know what, this one I can at least believe, because they're preying, on a lonely old lady, and and she's falling for it, and she's, they're messaging her back and forth. But this one I can at least believe how you fall for it.
right.
um but the others are like so out there. I'm like, and I laugh because people use the word that they're being hacked, and I'm like, you're not being hacked though, you're being scammed. Like, they're not hacking into anything, they're just telling you that they're hacking into you.
Yes, ma'am, that is social engineering. And yeah. No, it's definitely more common. It's crazy how many people fall for it, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure everybody here has got multiple stories from their stores of people coming in, whether it's them thinking they were hacked or they clicked the remote support link and paid some guy $1,000 from Microsoft to, fix their computer.
Yep. And when
Dude,
you search Microsoft tech support, and the first eight options are all scams.
we had a guy locally recently. He got taken for $16,000 because yeah, he FBI is involved. They're trying to get it back, but basically he got a phone call and the caller ID was the bank. It was like it's a Truist, right? So they spoofed Truist's number, and they definitely knew all the protocols. They had definitely worked for the bank before
Yep.
because they knew everything.
Or,
Oh
or
my
they
gosh,
downloaded the
dude.
online manual. The online.
Yeah, like he was like, oh, I started to get a little skeptical. So then the employee, she went, well, what I'll do for you, I'm gonna lock your account so no one can get in. And all she did was she just put in the wrong password, right? Way too many times, locked it. She's like, go ahead and look, you can't log in. And then he tried, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's locked. Cool." She's like, "Yeah, see, you're all safe now." And he's like, "My guard just went." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude."
I had a lady last week, older, like 80 something. Her daughter brought her laptop in. She got scammed for $3,000. She
Ooh,
put it through a Bitcoin ATM. Gone forever.
ooh.
Yep.
It was probably freaking Billy Ray who did that crap, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. So we just reset Windows and laptop's still here, but still it sucks. And we had one customer that lost $20,000.
Ooh,
They pulled out two $10,000 cashier's checks and mailed them somewhere in upstate New York, and they
People
got
gotta
jacked.
be dumb. Like I'm sorry, I don't care if I think you're the bank or not. I'm not doing anything like you're talking like, all right, 500 to $1,000, I'm willing to risk. But when it comes to 10, 15, $20,000, no.
Crazy.
Like you want me to, and you want me to
Crazy.
and
Like
gift
And
cards?
they bitch at us
You're in.
for our pricing.
right, dude. I mean, if it's any, dude, if there's any money involved with the bank, I'm like, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna go straight to the location down the street. I'll
That's
go
right.
talk to my guy David, and he'll get me taken care of.
That's right.
Like I'm not doing anything over the phone. Like hell no, I'm gonna go see my banker,
You
and
know
he
what's
can tell
crazy?
me in
When you
person.
go to the bank, they tell you to call customer service now.
But you know,
Like, they
it's
don't
so
want to
I
deal.
actually
And
get a
normally,
lot
dude,
of
mine doesn't
referrals from
anymore.
my local banks. They
They
send
don't
a
want to
lot of
deal with
customers
you.
to me after they've been hacked.
the
Yeah.
problem is though now that scammers is so rampant with the phone calls, like you don't even believe genuine phone calls are real. Like I'll give you a perfect example. I had a law firm call me for the past month. They've been calling me, right, telling me like, "Hey, you have a red light traffic camera from 2014 in Hillsborough County, which is Tampa area, right where I'm living at." So I'm like, what? 2014? Like, at first I thought they were a scammer. I'm like, you're freaking lying. Like, whatever. I'm not paying you no $500. They're like, but your license could be suspended. And I'm like, all right, listen. After 11 years, nobody is suspending my license, right? So I'm pretty much calling them a scammer. Ends up, I actually call Hillsborough County. I'm like, what is this ticket about? And they're like, oh, this must have been right when you moved from Virginia to Florida and you had a Virginia license. You got a ticket, but we sent it to Virginia. That's why we didn't know anything about it, honestly.
That's
They're like,
hilarious.
just ignore them. Don't just ignore their phone calls. And they're like, we're not going to suspend your license after 11 years. She's like, we legally can't do that after that long of a time.
Yeah, statute limitations.
Yeah. So not a scam, but I definitely thought it was one.
So what you
I
do is
have
don't
I
pay
have
long
some
enough,
words
and you're good.
about the Florida DMV. I'm telling you what, they suspended my brother's license for juvenile delinquents after like 30 something years. It was ridiculous.
For junior, what do you mean by juvenile delinquents?
He was popped when he was like 13 for having cigarettes at a school bus stop. And he got a detention. He got sent to a detention camp. And they paid the fines and everything, but what they apparently weren't told is that that he owed he had to pay some fine to the DMV. He was 13. He didn't even have a license. But they put it into the DMV that his license was suspended. But they put it in under the wrong name and his social security off by one digit. And when he moved to Pennsylvania just recently, they found it, and then he had to pay Florida DMV to unsuspend his license.
Well, that's not a suspension. That's a hold. That's something different.
It was ridiculous. I was like, Florida
That's what
DMV's is messed up.
That's what the DMV here told me. They said, look, we don't have a hold or your license suspended here, but they said that there's a slim chance that Virginia might have a hold on your license just because we sent the ticket to Virginia. So I had to call Virginia DMV as well. And you can't even call somebody at the Virginia DMV. You call them up and they're like, we're going to call you back. And they're like, okay. And
that's because there's like 8 people taking the phones and 8 people to call people back.
I'd still rather wait on hold than wait for a call back. Maybe I'm
for sure, because the callback never comes.
It did, but I'd still rather wait on hold. I don't know. Tony, your hair's starting to look better, man. It's growing on me.
I was like, wait, which Tony? I got a haircut. I'm like, that's definitely not me. It doesn't look too.
Hey, you're not as
I was
cute
like,
as
no,
I
no, no,
am.
no, no.
How you
Hey,
guys
hey.
doing? My name is Tony Baker.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, what do you do? You got any phones for sale?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
I
sell phones.
I don't. I sell other things, other electronics.
I heard you.
It's the end of the month. Tony's blasting out
Don't
sales, guys.
You already know. Blowout sell. Everything must go.
listen, man. You can probably blow out some damn chicken subs or something. I'll take some of that. I
Talking
want to go
about
visit.
chicken. I'm hungry.
I just had a pizza, so I'm good.
Yeah, time for lunch.
Yeah,
How's everybody
dude.
doing?
Good.
I got some freeze dried candy for the first time. My wife got some. Bro, these
That's fun.
Skittles are addictive.
Is that the fluffy thing?
Yeah,
It
and it's a
looks fluffy,
Skittle.
but they're like crunchy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had a
This is
customer last week
the
that
whole
started.
Skittle, like it pops open. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of addictive.
It is. It is. I can't do them. I think if I eat them, I'll probably add on 5 to 10 pounds a day. I can't do
A
it.
day.
They're good. They're really good. They are addictive. I tried one pack. I finished it. Supposedly it was for my kids, but I finished it.
Easy way to not be addicted is just remind yourself how much it costs. You're like, holy crap!
Yeah, they're like $6, $7 a pack, right?
People
I paid
charge a
8.
bang for those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's cigarette money.
yeah.
Cigarettes are up to $2
Back in imports.
I bought a pack of cigarettes the other day because I'm a degenerate. Don't judge me, but that was like $10. I was like, has it been that long since I bought a pack of cigarettes? Holy shit!
What were you?
Yeah,
Were you
they're-
drinking alcohol while you were smoking your cigarettes?
No, I did not drive to the gas station intoxicated. Whoever asked me that, I was phone call sober.
Hey, Dustin, how's your house? Everything good? I don't
Yeah,
think we
man, we
spoke
got
after
very
the
lucky.
hurricane.
We got the fence rebuilt that was blown away, but everything's good, so we're happy.
That's good,
Nice,
man.
dude.
That's
Glad to
good.
hear it.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it too. Because if I would have lost my house, I would have just moved to Texas. I was done with Florida.
Well,
Yeah.
No, don't move to Texas
I
or you'll be
suffer
like
from,
me.
like, type
Have you heard about the new one
Airport
that's
11
coming up?
hours.
We got a new one coming up called
Bull
Patty.
crap.
I don't follow
Betty,
TV for that
Betty or
reason.
Patty? Betty or Patty?
Batty?
We got a new hurricane. Yeah.
Batty?
No, I think it's Batty or something.
Batty,
Batty or
I'll
something.
show you Batty.
It's not appropriate, Tony.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's the kids show. My bad. I forgot.
You're disgrace to my name. You keep my name looking bad. Stop.
That's true.
Change it.
My bad, bro.
We're gonna call you.
Change
We're
it.
gonna call you Titty. Titty boy.
Dude, I'll do it legally. Just depends on how much you're gonna pay me.
Well, how you pronounce
Anything
your
for a
last
buck.
name? Taishuk? It's cock.
Almost. No, Tishuk.
Oh, there's
You know
a
what's
cock
funny?
in it.
There's no cock in it.
You know what's funny? I've actually only had one guy ever pronounce my last name correctly on his first shot. And I was like, how'd you do that? And he goes, well, I worked for the FBI for 37 years. So I've seen a few things. I was like, okay.
How you pronounce it?
Like-
Taishuk?
Tishuk.
Tishuk.
It makes no sense because the Y is there. You immediately think Y, right? Like, it's like, nope, it's an E. Just kidding.
I would just call yourself Tony Ty. Ty. Leave it at that.
I might have to do that. Just
Yeah.
change it. Screw it.
Yeah. I don't know where I got Baker from, but it worked.
Yeah, I would
It
imagine
give me
that's-
that. It give me that privilege.
You got that white person name, bro.
Yeah. I get that asked a lot. How did you get Baker? I pulled up my ID. Says Baker, man. Ain't know nothing else.
That's how I got it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they changed it back in, I guess, one of my uncles came to the U.S. back in the 40s, and it was Bakr, Bakr. And then they added the E. So they're like Baker. So I was like, hey,
No,
shit.
I think it's more like fancy with the bake without the E.
Becker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it's pronounced originally. In Arabic, that's how it's pronounced. It's Becker. But, Tony Baker.
The white.
Yeah, the Bakers is like, yeah, I would tell him I'm half white. So, like, yeah.
I think they call it, was it whitewashing? What's the terminology when you have to like dumb it down or change it for English?
Yeah, well, my name, but they added an A on my name. There was always an A or an E gets added to Like a 3-letter name in another country would probably be a 5-letter name in the US in English.
Wait, hold on. So I thought you were joking. So it's legitimately Baker's, not like something else.
Yeah,
And you
no,
just
no,
have
it
like
is Baker. No, no, no,
that's
no.
dope. That's
My
cool.
dad, my dad's actual name, my middle name is Abu Baker. It's one word. So my dad's name is Abu Baker, and my last name is Baker. So I actually got 2 Bakers on my ID. Don't play with me, Tony.
You hand them your
That's
ID, and
funny.
they're just like, "Is this real?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, the
You know,
first thing they
in
do is look at my color, my skin color, and my eyes and my hair. Like, a Baker, okay. They look at it again.
you know, it's funny because in Ukrainian or Russian, instead of 8 letters, my last name only has 5 letters. But it makes way more sense. Like you can easily pronounce it because like every letter makes sense. But in English, it's like it makes no sense. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
how that
Too many
happened.
letters.
Too many, bro.
Tony,
I
you're
need to reduce
Ukrainian,
them. Yeah, I was born in the U.S. My parents came here in '89.
Okay.
Yeah, they went. They couldn't leave at the time. It was still USSR. So what they did was they packed up, went to Italy, filed for asylum, waited 6 months, got it, came here, boom.
My
Yeah.
dad came to the US in 1967.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really American.
Yeah, and bro, I got cousins. I told Josh, I got cousins who are camouflaged trailer, lives in a trailer house inside of in Sanford, and they got 4-wheelers. I know. Don't look, Dustin. Now
Bro,
you're
don't
about to.
judge people. Don't judge
No,
the whites. I can feel it. Like, this is racism. If I was over here talking about how my white buddies had like gas stations, you'd be all over me.
I don't care. Hey, hey.
Oh, dude, what
Look,
the crap?
I can't be racist. I told you I got cousins who are whiter than you with green eyes and blonde hair. They literally look like Josh Moulton. Literally.
I love you, Tony. You're amazing.
I might be related
It's
to
always
Tony.
fun talking to you.
You know, it's funny because these guys speak Arabic and they speak like country. Like they're from Sanford, born and raised. So they're like, I get some bitch right there, motherfucker right there. And I'm like, God damn, these are my cousins. Like first fucking cousins. We're gonna go hard. We're gonna go
Go
hard.
from
Teach
back
them
hills to
camouflage.
Arabic.
And they do Copenhagen. What is it? Chewing tobacco? That
Yep,
shit right there?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
They keep spitting. I'm like, damn. The funny
That's some
part
real
is they're
shit.
darker than me. They're dark as shit too. So imagine them speak so country. I'm like, goddamn.
Jeez.
Yeah. But don't I'm more American than you, Dustin. Don't fuck with me.
I believe it. I'm not even American. I'm actually a Russian spy.
Matthew. That's not an American name,
No, it's
Matthew.
Irish.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Now
He's
you're
barely
judging me
white,
for
bro.
being Irish? Come on.
Yeah, right? How's business for everybody?
Good. Staying busy.
It's been slow in October for me, but anybody consult on a Nintendo Switch? No power after a charge port replacement?
You remove the port to see if it turns on?
Yeah. This is the. Can I paste a picture in here? I don't know if I can. I was gonna see if I can.
Chat.
You know, initially for the past 3 years, October has been the slowest month of the year.
Yep.
I think October and January, like they always
Well, yeah,
switch. I know
January-
January is pretty
Really?
bad. Yeah. January is the worst month of the year since
Yeah.
can probably go back 6-7 years ago.
That's because everybody spends their money on, Black Friday, Christmas shopping, and then
Credit card payments, yeah.
tapped out.
And then you got a bunch of refunds coming in January.
There's
Yeah.
like tax renewals, car insurance renewals,
yeah.
and property
The following
taxes and all
month,
that
people
stuff.
start getting their tax returns, so it's like a month of slowdown.
Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
let me see. I don't know how we did last
October is the
October.
transitional month.
I looked. We were pretty slow.
It never got my attention until one of my buddies always travel in January. Like he tells me I take a month vacation.
Yeah.
I was like, why
Yep.
January? And then I'm like, I started adding up numbers and I'm like, yeah, bro, you're right. Like there's no business. So might as well just take that vacation right then
That's
and there.
freaking. That's Pedro, bro. Every damn January, he's like, I'm out, and like, he'll be like in one country, in another country,
Yeah.
and he's like, we're slow. like things are
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, it makes sense.
Yeah, January is pretty
Also
slow for retail.
last year. Let me look at last year versus this year. I'm curious to see how we are. I haven't even looked what we're doing in this October compared to
Yeah,
last
see, you
October.
never think about it because you're so busy with like things. You never really look at it as January is the slowest month. But when
Bro,
you
holy
actually look
crap.
at numbers, yeah, they're pretty bad.
No, I'm up 92. What the frick? Wait.
From maybe you had new locations.
No, no, I'm just looking at same location. I'm up almost double last month to date.
Yeah, but look at January alone.
What the hell?
Is
My
that the My
November through
Repair?
January.
What
Is
the
that the
My
My
hell?
November through
Repair app
January
effect?
did.
No, that is definitely not a My Repair app effect. That's that might just be luck. That might just be luck.
It's
What the
stable.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
look
I
at
was
January.
matching numbers. I was matching numbers this year to 2019. Not much difference. So I think a lot of people who are complaining about the slow, they're comparing it to like 20, 21, 22. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Well,
comparing like COVID numbers.
You're
I haven't
fat.
been open that long to be able to say it's because of that, but I do know that I do way better when I have more device sales,
Yeah.
whether it's phones, laptops, whatnot. And just this month, I just haven't had the device sales. I've had some of the
GSMwarehouse.com.
repairs, but I haven't had the people coming in for it. I haven't had the foot traffic.
Yeah.
All right, so the month of October, I'm up almost 100% of the stores, which is wild. But then this last January, we saw a 2.5% drop year over year. That's weird.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
wonder what
two
this
is
January is
not
gonna
is
look like.
nothing much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's as flat as it gets. Like that's a rounding error.
I don't know. I have a
But
feeling that this holiday season is going to be a little bit busier than usual.
I think so.
Definitely
I
down.
won't
I think it's
complain.
gonna be
Still have a week left, but we're
yeah.
down quite a
I,
bit.
I do
I
want to
think it'll
say
be
the
good.
same thing I've said for the past 2 years, which was slow and it's going to be slow. But I have like I feel the vibe of people are like, fuck it,
Hey
we're gonna spend
guys,
what we got. Like we're done.
We're
I'm about to let Lux in.
Are
No,
you?
you're not.
What
hey
happened to
guys, this was
Jason?
fun. This was fun.
Yeah, have a good day, guys. No, I mean you
Come
can.
on.
I'm not. I'm not.
Come on.
I'm
He
not
might not even
complaining
say
for them.
anything. He might not even say anything. And plus,
You don't even believe that.
if he's
Your
You don't
watching
even
on
viewership will
believe
go
that.
up. Your viewership will go up.
if he's watching on Facebook Live, he's already listening anyways.
Oh, that's true. We're just kidding. No, I'm just working
Well,
anyway. I'm not even.
before the drama hits the
Yeah.
fan, here's diode reading numbers from the Switch,
Hold on.
and it is a Switch Lite after I
Diode-
replaced the USB-C port.
The diode doesn't tell me much, but because I don't know known good readings off the top of my head. But I would say, did you remove your port and see if it turns on? And was the battery charged before you did any repair and you saw it turn on?
No, it wasn't. There was the port was damaged before I repaired it.
But was
So
the
I
battery
couldn't turn it
charged?
on.
Okay,
No.
so I would check your M92. 9 times out of 10, that gets blown with your port.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Real easy to check for shorts around it also. So normally the 3
Oh.
caps above it will be, one of them will be short, if not all of them.
So one thing that I saw. So I don't know. I don't think any of you guys besides Josh were at the expo this last week, dude. There was this company that had this really cool tool called Light Guide, and it basically uses like like a projector system plus like true depth cameras to basically create a guided like step by step repair. Really really cool. So basically, like it tells your employee. I don't know, Josh. Did you see them at the exhibitors?
No, I didn't
Oh,
stop at all
dude,
of them.
super. It was the only thing that was actually like impressive.
What was it
There,
called?
Light Guide.
Oh.
And so basically, like it's expensive, obviously, but like essentially what happens is they work off of iFixit guides, and so it'll project light on a table, like where your phone should be, and then all your
I
tools,
see.
and then it guides you light step by step. Dude, freaking sick! Like I was impressed. He said even like it tracks success rates. If your tech breaks it, it'll track it. It'll screenshot it, and like you can even see where the tech did the damage. And there's a lot of like if you have a lot of stores, Tony. That's a really
Yeah.
interesting way to, I think, get someone trained. Like what I want to do, I want to buy one and use it for hiring a salesperson. And then, hey, I don't have any repair experience. No problem. I want to see, are they naturally inclined to be good at repair? right? So like during the interview process, go ahead and take this phone apart, follow these instructions. If you can follow instructions, you're hired. If you can't, see ya.
I am looking for a technician. Anybody who is willing to move to Tampa, looking for a technician
I would love to work
that
How
with
much
you.
does
are you
micro
paying?
soldering. If micro soldering, it's between $20 to $22 an hour. If basic technician, I'm not
Make
look.
it
I
23.
don't want to. I can't. It's Florida. Florida's
Ah,
cheaper
damn
than
it.
other
So
states.
close, bro. I tried, bro.
But they must do they must be able to do, they must fit the criteria we're looking for. Fast pace micro soldering who is able to do probably between micro soldering and regular repairs like 30 to 40 phones a day.
Deal.
I did
Yeah.
post a link in chat to the site that Tony's talking about, and they did an article about phone repair specifically. So it's kind of cool. You could see the what he was talking about a little bit more. But yeah,
You
it's
guys
like
ever
it's
Yeah.
literally like an augmented reality iFixit. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Essentially, yeah. And it tracks everything. So he was saying like it tracks like it'll rate them like based on their success rate and failure rates, and then if you have multiple employees, it can basically like pit them against each other. And so, if you wanted to get really, really strategic, you could switch to a model of instead of paying per hour, you could pay per successful repair. Like if you have like a repair depot type thing, that could be very interesting.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
expensive as
No,
hell
it
though.
looks cool. I bet.
Off subject question.
Seven, seven, 7,000 a year if you buy one.
That's expensive.
You guys ever heard of Selectel Wireless?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have?
Sounds familiar.
What do you guys know about them?
I've just heard the name. I don't know anything specific.
That's about as much as I know.
Well, they reached out to me looking to buy my repair shop.
Oh, there was a company. Yeah, somebody posted in the groups a while back about this actually. Um,
Selectel
if you,
Wireless?
yeah, look at search CPRST maybe. I'm pretty sure somebody was getting letters or calls or something from them, or I'm almost positive it was them.
Wait, Selectel, aren't they a wireless carrier?
Are
Yeah.
there any?
Yep.
And I asked them. I even said that
They're
too.
possibly a master agent.
I said,
Yeah,
based
that's
on
what
my
it
search,
is.
you're a provider, not a repair shop. And then they replied and said, yeah, we're in MMVO prepaid wireless. However, we've done repairs in some stores, but now they're expanding repairs to all of their locations. And
I'm assuming they are they could be total wireless or they could be if they're MVNO, it's either total wireless or select. I think they are a master agent, so that's for sure.
yeah,
But I know the only carriers that do repairs and Boost Mobile or Dish Network don't have that name. I know they actually could be. What is it called? Selecto? I think it could be a master agent for either Boost
Selectus, yeah.
Mobile, or for Total Verizon, Total by Verizon or Total Wireless, whatever it
It's
is.
Yeah,
got a
probably
thing
some big
here right now.
franchisee.
Yeah.
He probably owns 100 stores, 200 stores, and he's trying to ramp up revenue. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
I searched it. And
No one,
Samantha,
anyone that's ever tried that failed.
yeah.
Samantha
I mean,
personally emailed me, and they posted in on the 23rd of August. Our company's looking to expand and grow. If anybody's looking to sell their repair shops interested, but I mean, nobody replied to our post. So
Yeah, little did they know. So the last people that tried that and that were semi-successful was a owners group out of U Break iFix. They grew to 150 locations. You want to guess how many they have now?
200.
Zero.
no less.
Yeah, zero.
Yeah,
It's
zero.
they went to straight zero, and the biggest reason is inventory. Dude, you see how expensive these parts are, right? And you're making
and if you don't
not
stock,
much,
you can't repair it.
and worse for
I
that,
think
you have
it's
that many
employees,
locations.
man. I think it's
It's
employees.
both.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Well, imagine you have an employee that steals a part from you even once a week, and
Yeah.
across 150 locations, dude, you're talking that's five figures on a
Thousands
daily
of it.
basis. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just three or four Samsung screens
And-
for $1,300.
Right. And then the thing is, if you're not doing weekly inventory counts, by the time you found out they're robbing you, you're done.
100%.
Like you're
100%.
done. Like, oops, I lost all the money. We don't have enough money to restock, or like we can only restock or pay payroll. Which one do we do? That's it. It's dude. Like there's a guy who had 15 CPR stores. That happened to him. He was getting robbed left and right. Never knew until one day he's like, wait, why don't I have any more money? And then like he had to choose payroll or inventory.
It happened to
That's
us,
it.
bro. It happened to us multiple
Yeah.
times. Multiple times. Over
It's
the
rough. You
12,
really got
13
to track
years,
account.
we've had it happen to us. If I tell you how many videos on my phone I have of thieves, you probably would say you can make so much money off that shit. Like I usually like, because we're like a small community here. I started like recording the people stealing, then recording them confront them, and then I record them getting fired, so I don't fall into legal issues. Because at one point in time, I fired some people, and they try to sue me, and I do have, so I just seen the video of them stealing, and
Yep.
it's over.
We had that happen with a guy, a manager who was stealing. It was kind of funny how we caught him, but again, we did an inventory count. Screen was missing, and I'm like questioning him, like, "Hey, where's this one screen? It's pretty expensive." I don't know. I'm like, "Oh, it was here 6 days ago, and in those last 6 days, we haven't done this type of repair. Where's it at?" No, I don't know. I don't know. Playing all stupid. So we looked at his Venmo, and in his Venmo, he had a dude pay him saying, "Hey, thanks for fixing my phone." I was like, "Oh, dude, you're so dumb." So then I look up the guy's name in our system. He'd been at our shop before 6 months ago to get that very same phone fixed that we were missing a screen for. So I
My
talked to
best.
him like, yeah, like
Go
you have
ahead.
one option, like admit, like were you stealing or not? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, bro, if you admit it to me now, I'm not gonna call the cops, and you can just leave. Or if you don't admit it, you're not just fired. I'm calling the cops and I'm submitting all the evidence. He's like, I'm sorry, bro.
The
And
best
yeah,
thief that we had was the one who actually steals the phone in parts. He would steal the motherboard. He would steal the housing. He would steal the screen. You know a guy named Travis Dustin?
Travis who?
Um, Damn, I don't want to say his name on live.
I know a lot
do
of
it.
Travises. I'm trying to think about anybody locally that's Travis.
He is locally African American guy.
The name sounds
He's-
familiar, but I can't put
Yeah,
my
he used to live in Clearwater. The guy, I busted the guy stealing. He would take a small part every single day and put it inside his long sleeve shirt, and he'd collect the
Damn.
phone at home. So it would be like 4 or 5 times to come up with a full phone. He was a technician, and that guy
Pretty damn
like
smart.
stole. Yeah. He was the well. The best part about it, one day he said his mom died and he had to take a week off, so we gave him a week off. 6 months later, we caught him talking to his mom.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. Wow.
I was like, why would you lie about your mom dying so you can take a day off? Like a
It's a
week off.
miracle. She's alive. You would not believe it.
I said, do they have phones in heaven or hell? I said, do they have phones in heaven?
Damn.
Let me get that service.
Yeah, right. Where's the pamphlet?
Jeez.
For real.
Holy crap, dude.
People are messed up, man.
Add me through my laptop. Yeah, there you go. Like,
So everybody
You're working on
multitasking.
that?
We're all working.
Tony, you don't work. Who are you lying to?
That is true. I just sit around and collect paychecks.
Are they really paychecks when you work for yourself?
No, unfortunately.
The taxes seem to hurt a little worse in that scenario sometimes.
Don't talk about taxes.
Stop. Not again. Can we not? Can we have one day in our lives where we're not just hurting ourselves? I just want to pretend they don't exist. That'd be great.
Taxes? Yeah, okay.
I need to find like my coworker when I used to work at Geekmatics. He had an accountant that actually made it so he got back money every year. And I don't know. I need an accountant like that. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
saying go to
possible.
that extreme. Like I will pay, but I don't want to pay
It's possible, but
everything that I'm paying.
Are you putting out a lot of taxes, Dustin?
Yeah, a good amount.
Do you have an accountant on retention now?
My mom's a CPA.
Okay.
But she's a very straight edge CPA who made it very clear that she was not going to risk her license for my little business here. So I need one
that's
that's
what you
willing
need
to
to
risk their license.
Right.
That's
Right. You need to find one that like works for a damn cartel, bro. That's what you need to do.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, I look, not the cartel. I'm not trying to have like my ass raped by the cartel versus the government, but I mean somebody that's like, you know, cool.
They did the same thing.
I don't know who would be worse.
True.
Which one's actually the cartel?
Yeah. Cartel might actually at least dispose of your body. They will just keep abusing you for years. You're just dead after the first.
Our account we use, he's based out of New York, and he's been really good. I've had him since day one. It's been a good experience.
I don't think I've ever heard.
The goal isn't to pay zero taxes, to pay just the right amount of taxes, and still compliant, right?
Yeah, but it's hard when you work from home and you really don't have that much overhead. Like, really, how much can you write off? And that's the kind of the thing. Because my wife's an accountant too. She's just not a CPA yet. But they keep explaining to me like, Dustin, give us more to write off. Like, I'm like, write off more. I'm like, every time I go to an expo, everything is a write off. Come on, guys! Like that entire trip.
Go to more expos.
Yep.
Piss off my.
Yeah, but then the queue's backed up for a week because he's fucking recovering from alcohol poisoning.
I recovered pretty quick though.
Wait, you guys drink at these
Get
conferences?
some of that liquid IV, you know.
Dude,
you're talking to the man that was
conference?
sneaking beer into the freaking conference room because they wouldn't let you bring it in.
Gosh.
I'm the only one walking
in
around
Vegas.
In Vegas, beer in my hand, and a tall boy too. Not even like a little discreet one, a full-on tall boy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm here to drink.
Bro, you know what's crazy though? So like this, you're speaking of that. So this last conference, I was there with Nick Bowman, and I swear, bro, every night I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. It was wild. It was incredible. I felt so great. And I woke up in the middle of the night at like 2:45, and I look over, and Nick's still not there. And I wake up like at 3:30, and like he's crawling into the room. I'm like, bro,
I was
how
about
are
to
you?
say, you were hanging out with Nick, and you got to bed by 10. That's not my experience.
No, yeah, no, it's not possible. No, I was just like, I need to be level headed. I'm like, I need to take this conference really serious, and I was like, I can't be out. But it was like 10 o'clock. I was so dead tired.
There's two different types of people that go to the expo. The type of person that, just like you said, goes there and then leaves at 10 and goes to bed at 10. And then there's the type of people that haven't slept from the night before when they roll up to the conference the next morning.
Yep.
That's
normally me.
People, those are my people.
It's normally me, but these days I gotta be more professional now. So I gotta actually get some work done. Unfortunately.
Are you talking about now or at the expo?
Dustin wanted to say something, but he's like,
Both.
I was gonna say that's your people, Dustin.
It is. Those are my people. Like, if you want to stay up till 2 a.m. drinking at the expo, I'm about it. Like, let's do it.
We believe it. In Miami, that'll be a different story. We'll see what happens.
Vegas, prepaid. I don't think I rolled in each night till like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Lunch with Tony Baker.
There we go. Yeah, prepaid was fun. Wait, Tony, was prepaid the one where?
Yes.
No, I don't think that was that one. I think we went. I think that was. I'm thinking of Mobile Disrupt.
August was prepaid. 27. May 13th was Mobile Disrupt, and April was GRE.
Jeez, man, I'm just so happy we only have to go to Vegas once or twice next year.
I'm only going twice. I mean, next year is gonna be once, but it's gonna be Miami, the GRE.
Yep. And then Mobile Disrupts in GRE in Miami too.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just sent an email out like a couple of days ago.
Yeah. So Mobile Disrupt, the only show for the repair industry in Vegas is the Wireless Expo.
Yeah.
But
the best out of them, honestly. It's the best show.
It's a big one, dude. It's a big one.
There's a lot of smart people here. I need some advice. All right. So I've got a 12 terabyte external drive that I put all of my backups on, right? So now it's at about 1.5 terabytes free, and I erased old backups or old people's old stuff from a month or two ago, and it's not freeing up any space. I'm on a Mac, and I've already emptied my trash. I've tried the first aid. I've deleted about 6 terabytes of data, and it's just not freeing up on the drive itself. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I used to consider myself a technician, but maybe not so much anymore.
You need to clean the disc through utility.
What do you mean
So
by clean the disc through
you'll
utility?
So get some dish soap and a scrubby.
open up command prompt and type in disk part, and then list the disks. Or
Yeah,
type, after you type in disk part and then type in list disk, and then select the disk and then type the word clean, and it will completely wipe the drive like to an unmounted state, and everything on it will get grenaded, and then it will
That's not what I want. I still have people's data that I need. I don't delete data for a month or two. I need about 6 terabyte gone. Not, I would just format the disk if that was the issue. No, I still need data that's on the drive.
Okay.
But I don't need data from people that I've recovered their data a month or two ago. Right. So I need just 6 terabyte gone, not the whole thing. Thought I was asking help on how to format a drive. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying you didn't know how to do that or you did. It sounded like you wanted to wipe the drive.
No, I just want to free up space and it won't let me. Let's see if somebody on Facebook knows. Let's see if there's any comments telling me how dumb I am.
Who's the computer guy? I can't remember. Like, who's the best? There's a computer tech out there.
I hate you, Tony.
I was being genuine. I wasn't trying. Not like hardware, software.
I used to, Jessa, when I was in our class, because, you know, when you're working in a shop every day, you deal with like all types of repairs. So you deal with stuff every day. It's been about, I want to say, 4 years since I quit my job and just been doing B2B board level. And it's crazy how fast you forget like a standard type of repair, like something that you don't do every day. I feel like I've had to go to a job interview. They're like, when was the last time you did a screen replacement? I could honestly say it's been probably about 3 to 4 years since I've actually replaced the screen on a device for the intention of just replacing it.
Nice. It's been 6 days for me.
Yeah, but you're in a shop. And I miss that. I miss the going back and forth of having like coworkers and stuff.
Open up a shop. Fun. You can write off more expense.
No, I don't want to open up a shop. You know, we just talked about this not too long ago. It's not that the finances or anything. It's more of like having somebody you can trust to help run it, because I've already got a full-time job with B2B. And if I open up a shop with just me, B2B would suffer. And I don't want that. So I need somebody that I trust, that, you know, I can work with, that runs that part of the store. And then my thinking is like train them to solder and then kind of help you with the B2B side when the storefront's slow, and then kind of build up that way. But like Tony said, finding somebody is very difficult. Tony, come over.
Well, you know, if you had a system in place that would, you know,
my camera's working,
you
right?
not have to trust your employees.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can see you on eating, Tony.
Don't worry.
Is my microphone working?
Yeah. I'm on a diet.
Bro,
I'm eating
bro, what
nuts.
are you in your 40s?
Nuts.
Oh shit. I can work for you, Dustin.
You will? You'll come work for me?
I love the retail vibe.
Yeah.
It tests my my hustle, and it tests my patience. That's why I like going to the shows, because like sometimes, you know, you get those people who just are there to fight or just to get under your skin. I like doing a reverse psychology. What is it called? Is that what it's called? Reverse psychology? Yeah.
Yep.
I do that.
You have people that come up to you and complain to you at the expos for real?
No, barely. No, not they complain. So I've had a guy. I'll tell you a story. Like, it's very rare, maybe like less than 1%. But I had a guy who, I think I've told the story about him. He bought like 3 years ago. He bought from us 3 or 4 different orders, big orders, like $10,000-$20,000. Then after the third, fourth order, he started complaining about the grades. And I said, initially, when he first bought from me, that was his complaint about his previous vendor. Like, I'm having problems with the grades. So he comes to me, places an order 3 times, 4 times, and then he complains about the grade. So he stopped buying from me. What happened? You're on fire, Dustin.
No, it's not fire.
He's turning off the vape and the smoke is just on the camera.
It's flux. It's burning flux. That's not vape at all.
Okay.
He shouldn't even have turned
It's burning what?
No. So this guy. So 2 years later, after that, he stopped buying from me to the grades. So 2 years later, this year, I met him again in Vegas at an expo, and he stood at my booth and he started looking at the phones. I said, "Have you found what you're looking for?" He looks at me. He goes, "No." I said, then you got to realize by now the problem is not the vendors. The problem is you. You are looking for a brand new used device that does not exist.
Yep.
It doesn't exist. You're like, I had a guy who messaged me yesterday. I'm looking for an A grade, no scratches, no signs of use. I say, buy brand new. Like you can't. There's no way to buy a used phone that has zero signs of use unless the parts are being exchanged, the phone has been refurbished. You know, a lot of, and this is probably one of the biggest issues is in the grading scale in the industry, like everyone grades on their own.
Yep. Everybody's
in my own bubble, I grade my phones based on reality. I understand that there is 3 grades before you get to A. There's brand new, there's refurbished, there's A plus, and then there's A. So if A is gonna look like brand new, what's the point of having all these grades?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
And the reality is most stock is between a C and a B, typically. You know.
Well, this is how in my own personal perspective, this is how it's supposed to be graded. A grade is, I mean, brand new is brand new. You know, no complaints there.
Yep.
Refurbished is a brand new looking device with aftermarket parts that's been refurbished.
Yep.
It's like an insurance claim or whatever, right? So no comment there. A plus should look like brand new, but it's a used device. Yep. So we have no problems there, right? The issues that keeps happening are with A grades.
Mm-hmm.
So people want A grade that looks exactly like brand new phone. But then we have 3 different tiers before A grade. And those 3 different tiers are 3 different prices.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if A grade is going to be 50 or 60 or 70 or $100 down from brand new, how do you expect it to look like brand new? Then it should be $100 higher than A grade. So when you sell them A grade and it has 1 sign of use, they would say, oh, I bought it as A grade. Well, it is still a used phone. And the other biggest issue that we're facing now is 2. 1 is battery life, like the service. Mm-hmm. 2 is the message, the part message or unknown message, whatever it is called. Yep. In my opinion, can you buy a used car with a brand new tires on it? Yes, you can. But are you paying for the brand new tires? Yes, you are. The battery is the same thing as the tires on a car. How do you buy a used phone and you ask the vendor, is it 100% battery? How the hell is it going to be 100% battery if the battery is not changed?
Don't call out Alex Jones that way, bro. Come on.
Huh?
I was about to say, Alex Jones, he's like the exact opposite of you. He's over here talking about, like, I'm going to make sure that the devices I sell are 100% perfect. And honestly, I prefer Alex. I've never bought from either one of you. So I'm not saying that. But I would rather, if, as a person who's buying a product, I would rather buy the product from the person who's saying, hey, look, that's going to have a new battery in it. The screen's not going to have any scratches on it. You know, it's going to be an OEM screen, etc. Versus the person who's like, hey, man, when you buy a used car, you get used tires, you dig? You know,
well, look at it this way. Look at it this way. Okay, I'm with you. But look at it this way. We're dealing B2B. These customers are buying with credit cards. Yep. My reputation is on the line. Yep. I haven't had a dispute in 11 years, Dustin.
Oh, I'm not saying you do bad business, Tony. And
no, but I'm saying, so it's better. So it's better than, and it's better to tell people what they don't want to hear, and they can buy or not buy. So I would rather to underpromise and over-deliver versus over-deliver and under-promise, because in our industry, and you have a retail store or you do repairs for other people, if you tell a customer 2 p.m. and it's 2:05, that customer is pissed.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you tell him 2 p.m. and you give it to them at 1:55, he's writing you a good review. So it's always And you
Setting
probably would be.
expectations is what it is. I
Exactly.
mean,
So I rather no. I rather not overpromise, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth for me to be on a fucking
but I don't
group
think
getting
Alex
blasted.
Jones is overpromising. I think that he actually does the things that he says. I mean,
Well,
so
the
I think
Who is
difference,
it? Who is it?
Alex
no,
Jones,
He's a store owner. He's not a reseller,
yeah,
right? Like that's where I think Tony was
no, no,
getting
no, no,
confused.
no.
Tony was thinking maybe
Yeah,
he
so
was a
that's what I said.
reseller.
So
Bro,
the funny
Alex
part
Jones
about it,
buys from me.
that's what I was trying to say. So that was the whole joke, is that he buys from Tony.
Yeah,
But
no, but
no.
Alex does change all the batteries upon
He's in
arrival.
Bermuda, right?
yeah,
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 no,
in
yeah,
Bermuda.
he
But,
runs he
people in
runs a
Bermuda
really
can
good
still
retail
buy
store.
from the U.S., David. Like, there's not
Yeah,
like an invisible
yeah.
fence.
I know. I sold him Chromebooks before.
Yeah, he changes the batteries upon arrival.
Well, that's
Alex
fine.
Jones has been buying from us for almost 5 years or 4 years. I do cherry pick for him. He is pretty consistent. You know, when you're buying
And
weekly
he
every
actually
2 weeks,
pays.
you know, your orders are very large. Yes, absolutely. We will definitely take care of you. But when you come once a year and you want a discount and then you want that A grade and then you want me to cherry pick, it's common sense. It's you know, for me,
Bro, but
consistency
I'm
over
spending
one time a
500
year.
bucks with you.
Huh?
But I'm spending
You're
500 bucks with you, bro.
giving me give me PTSD for mobile centrics here for sure. That was literally my
Bro.
DMs every day. Fucking, oh, can I get a video
Oh,
of this?
Tony
What
did
are
spend some
pictures
money
of
with me for the
this?
first time, guys. Just so you guys know, Tony
Hey, whoa.
Woo!
did spend money with me for the first time in years.
You
Dang.
know, we'll keep doing it. No, honestly, I need to ramp up our device sales. Our device sales are next to nothing. I'm so distracted, obviously, but
I do.
dude, I will say, what was it called? You speaking of PTSD, for that very short period of time when I was wholesaling devices, you're 100% right. Like the dude that would spend 15 grand a month he would just place the order and that's it. Like I wouldn't even hear from him. Just whatever,
Yeah.
just buys them, right? Buys 5, 10 grand at a time. The guy buys like one or two phones, like, hey bro, can you make sure you give me the best one, no scratches? I need like 90% back. I'm like, bro, what? And then he's like, but can you do better on the price? I'm like, go
Can
screw
you
yourself.
overnight for free? Can you
Yeah.
overnight these for free?
I'm like, dude, this conversation has already made this transaction unprofitable. You've sucked up this much time. Like, bye. Oh
Exactly.
man,
Tanner
good old
asked a
days.
question on Facebook Live. You guys might have an answer for, but he was asking how you handle kids running around in a shop getting hurt or their parents doing nothing about it. I don't know if anybody's got any
We
experience there.
Take
we have
off
a
my
paintball
belt
gun.
right then and there. I show those parents how it's done.
Clearly, these kids haven't been disciplined. They're lacking a father figure. Hang on.
Right in front of their father.
I don't know. We really haven't had too many issues. I mean, most parents are pretty. We also don't have a lot of places to sit down, so usually they're
Yep.
in and out. So
Zilch.
I
None
did at
here.
We
one
don't have any
time.
chairs.
This
Yeah,
wasn't
we don't have any chairs.
this wasn't in a repair store, but I was at a dispensary one time, and I'm sitting there in the dispensary, just quietly waiting for my name to be called. And there's this little kid, had been 3 or 4. He's running around the dispensary, and I mean running around, throwing stuff everywhere. I mean throwing toys at other customers in the store, right? Like it was bad. So the kid threw the toy at me. I caught it because I'm like a professional basketball player. And then I walk up to the lady and I'm like, here's your son's or daughter's, I don't remember what it was now, toy back, but you might want to be careful because he could get hurt out here. There's a lot of things that you might be able to trip on. This lady stormed out of the dispensary, went to the security guard, and was like, there's a pedophile in there. Now, mind you, I'm not saying I'm a stoner, but I frequent the dispensary often, so I know everybody there by freaking name. So the security guard walks in. There's 2 rooms, right? Security guard walks in the room where I'm waiting at, and he's like looking around, looking for the pedophile. And he points at me. He's like, "You?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." I mean, I guess. And of course, the other people at the dispensary were like, "Nah, that kid was out of hand," etc. But people are freaking crazy. I said all that to say people are crazy when it comes to their kids. And if you say anything like being a bad parent or maybe doing something a different way, people get real defensive. I mean, and it's so. For me, that's a tough question because I don't know. After that one experience, I just say let them break their leg on the freeway. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've 100% always been against a waiting area that, there's no reason people need to be hanging out here. Go do something else, go run an errand, whatever it may be, if it's something that's going to be a quick repair. But yeah, I definitely am not one to be a fan of kids running around, especially, I could understand it more for a shop that's got maybe a lot of devices out on display too, right? That were maybe not locked up in a shelf, but they're more out for just like, Apple Store style. I can see
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of pros and cons, I suppose, but I don't know. I mean, other than just politely saying, "Hey, do you mind asking your kids, to not do that or something?" Like, there's a happy medium, right? You don't know if you're going to make somebody mad or not. Yeah, my internet's crashing out.
Yeah, but on the side of you're saying where you're not a fan of the waiting room area, I really do. I like it though. Like I like the ability, like so, like Jessa Jones, for instance, up at iPad Rehab has the coolest little waiting area up in the front, like kitchen table, a couch, and stuff. It's a real nice area to kind of just sit and wait for your phone to be repaired. Not that I ever think it gets any use. I don't think she has a lot of walk-in clients hitting up that area, but like it's nice. And you see people post pictures of their shop and they have the real front end all done nice. I mean, if I was gonna have a shop, that's the kind of shop I would have where it's real laid back. And for the kids to stop them from running around, probably maybe put a PS5 in there or something like that where they can play that while they wait.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything but running around, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like a doctor's office back in the day, there would either be like random little toys and shit for kids to play with, to keep them entertained for that damn hour. You'd sit there in the waiting room, then the next 30 minutes in the doctor's room. But, kids are all jacked up. There you go.
This is one of the waiting rooms.
No chairs, right? I don't see any.
No, for the customers, we got two here on the other
Okay.
side. And for the employees, we got one. No chairs though. For employees, I don't believe in chairs.
And yeah, he's hiring at 22 an hour, depending on experience.
Hey, driver.
Also doesn't believe in chairs.
Stand.
No, but yeah, well, because I'm one of those people who understands that if a customer comes in, you do have to stand up. You cannot sit on a technician chair.
Oh, no.
Look, Dustin, look at my technician room right there.
Look, I'm not the one that said you didn't believe in chairs. You said that. All right.
I did for the guys in the front. Because a lot like those chairs that we're on, they don't work. That's not something made for the front, man.
Well, I know, I agree with it. In the front, you should definitely be standing.
Like you're talking to the customer like this, yeah, 7 plus $49.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that life.
$7 plus $49.
So let me ask, because you said something that kind of drew a question. So do you have like salespeople just for the front, or do you have technicians go up to the front when somebody walks in?
So the location that I showed you, which is the Florida Avenue, the one you've been to, right? You've been in that one.
Maybe.
Yeah, you remember when you came to grab some parts, I think, for the guys. So this location has sales guys. This guy's training. This is the store manager, and it has a 100% technician. Like the guy in the back, that's the guy that does all like micro solder and stuff like that. Other locations are one man operation. He is the technician, he is the sales guy, and he's the manager.
I got you.
So, like for example, like this location. He is
how many people do you have at like for each one of your locations on average? Is it one or like maybe two, or how many?
One.
One, and that's the franchise owner.
No, those are mine. Mine are all one. 6 out of 7 have one. Every now and then, if I get some like new trainees, I would send one here, one there, just to train them. But our corporate location would have like 3 to 4 people.
I got you.
And that's the one that does the micro soldering and stuff like that. I don't do micro soldering in all the stores unless the franchisees do know, which I think there's one of them that knows how to do micro soldering. The guy on Armenian, Hillsborough, and Town and Country.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He was my previous technician for 3 years.
Yeah, I have a dedicated salesman, store manager, full-time tech, and then 4 tech.
It's hard because of the payroll, man. The highest expenses on our retail store is payroll.
Yeah.
If you're paying an average of $6,000 to $8,000 a month, that's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, but getting up as a technician every 5, 10, 15 minutes or stopping to doing what you're doing
prohibitive.
as a tech, especially when you're doing board level. Like when you're in the middle of looking at schematics and you're actually in the middle of doing something, to have to stop and answer the phone or to walk up to the front. By the time you get back, I don't know about most people, but for me, I have to start over. I have to go right.
And that's why there's only one location that does micro soldering. And that one location, the technician is 100% backroom guy only. He does not answer phones. He does not do any sales. He does not do anything. He has a full room of full setup. And my other locations, they're just slap on screens. That's it. And I mean, I can think that's pretty easy,
Yeah.
But the micro soldering or anything else like refurbishing or now the back glass machine gets the job done for you. So just put that on the machine and just leave. Every other location is just basic repairs. But micro solders, we give 3 to 5 business days, man. I don't tell instant repairs for micro solders.
No, you should never should, because you can always run into an issue and you need more time.
If someone's selling in one day, yes, they can do it in one day. But if they're almost 7 out of 10 times, you're gonna have an issue and they're gonna end up with a pissed off customer. I prefer not to have that pissed off customer.
Yeah.
Like our reputation is you can't satisfy everybody, definitely, but our reputation is pretty strong. Like we're more like oh, here's a cell fix, let me go to it. Oh, here's a cell fix, let me go to it. So it's kind of like we built out that customer base in the Tampa Bay area. That it could go from this number to this number within a month, just under the right employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get the foot traffic, but can you be a closer? Can you close sales? That's the biggest problem. I mean, in Dustin's area,
Yeah, a lot of
you're in
people
Holiday,
confuse
right,
this.
Dustin? Holiday or
It being just
Where
repairs. It's more sales than it is anything else.
What'd you say, Tony?
where were you at? You're in Holiday or
No, well, close to Holiday. I'm about 20 minutes away. I'm in Hudson.
Hudson? I mean, that area is good for a cell phone repair shop. There's no competition over there.
I was about to say, dude, there's nobody around here, man.
Nobody lives there, for them to open a store there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
My buddy just called me. He actually has a store in Holiday. He has the Hot Bins location.
Mm-mm.
It's like the location that they start up at $12 a day, then 11, then 10.
Oh
then
yeah, the bin, the Amazon.
Yeah, he has one in Holiday. He lives in Tampa. It's a fucking hour drive. I'm like, God damn, every day. It's an hour drive, an hour coming back. It's a long drive. I can't do it.
Yeah, I used to do that when I lived in Lakeland or Riverview, and I worked and God, where'd I work? Somewhere over this way, and it was just like an hour commute every day. But that was like when I first moved to Florida. I didn't know really much about anything, so
Yeah, the differences between Florida and other places. Florida is distance. Like there's a lot of driving. It takes me 40 minutes to get home. You know what I mean? So and it's like 19 miles away.
that you should try Virginia. Virginia's a lot worse.
Virginia, you said?
Yeah, Virginia. Like they go to the
I don't think I'll ever leave Tampa, man. I'm a ride or die.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not my wife has been wanting to leave. She's never even seen snow. She's born and raised here.
Holy damn.
I like it.
I know.
It has
She's
everything
all
that we
excited.
need.
She's like, I want to see snow. I'm like, really, it's a one-time thing, and then you're like, that's this.
You're not really missing out anymore.
Now imagine waking up every day and having to deal with this snow for 6 months.
Yeah, shovel your driveway a couple of times. You won't like snow anymore.
Bro, my car is on drive before I turn it on. Literally, that's how fast I leave my parking lot, my car parking space. Like we don't wait for shit here.
That's the Tampa lifestyle.
Yep, it is fast life though.
I'm originally.
I really do like
Facebook?
it here. I don't unless my wife makes me move. I don't know if I will.
Is Facebook broken for any of you guys? I can't. It just keeps on saying page unresponsive, no matter what I do.
I mean, I haven't got anything new.
Freaking Zuckerberg.
You turned the dial off.
I'm shadow banned.
This isn't Uber. Calm down.
Man, it's so weird for me to hear people from Florida say they want to leave Florida.
What did you say about Florida?
Like it's so strange to me to hear people from Florida be like, "I want to leave." I'm like, bro, I want to go.
Well, there's one bad side right now. It's traffic. There's a lot of traffic, man. There's a lot of traffic.
And
Like
repeat.
it's bad. Like it's not cheap. The problem is, man, the minimum wage is still $12, and life is very expensive. Like it's you'd walk into a convenience store or Walmart and you'd buy what you used to buy for $200, and you're at probably $475 now.
That's us here. I mean, that's America, bro. That's
But
that's
problem,
fine.
like,
I
what's
mean,
the minimum wage there?
oh, our minimum wage is $7.25.
Same here.
Yeah, we're poor, but I mean, shoot. But then at the same time, like the Taco Bell down the street, they pay. I think they start you at 14.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I wish it's like that. I wish the minimum wage is low and we could start people to hire. But when you start people at a $13 to $14 an hour, it's like $2 away from minimum wage. But there's no way we can
Yeah,
afford paying
yeah,
more
that's
than
rough,
that.
right? They're like, oh, I deserve way more. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it's hard for us
Just
to
in
get people
case.
to start at 15.
You know, it was like $7 3 4 years ago. It was $7.25. We were paying $9 an hour, and then it
Damn.
went up to like $9. Then it went up to 10. Then it went up to 12. And this is just in the last 4 years. So in 4 years, it went from 7 to 12.
Jeez.
Yeah,
So I don't know if anybody cares, but back to my external drive situation. I just ran what is this? Squirrel disk on it, and it shows there's only 5 terabyte on the drive that's being used. So it's definitely Mac OS messing with me in some way. I think I'm gonna have to format. Now I gotta recopy 5 terabyte of data onto another drive, then format this. This is a pain.
You don't have like a small NAS setup for backing up and storing data?
No, I don't have a NAS setup. What do I look like? Drive savers to you? No, I've got a couple of 12 terabyte drives that I'm sitting on my desk. Plus, a NAS is like, I would be worried about the transfer speeds. I mean, like, how fast are you really? And plus, on iPhones, you still got to back up to an external hard drive or any drive first. You can't back up right to a NAS. I guess you
Yeah.
could, but that would be way slower. I don't know.
I mean,
I
if
like
you
the
do it
idea
through
of NAS.
Windows, if you do it through Windows on iTunes, you set it up as a shadow drive. So as it copies to the main drive, it sends it straight to the larger external drive because you can't change the iTunes directory backup from the main drive that iTunes is on. So
You use iTunes to back up phones?
do we?
Yeah, I'm about to make fun of you depending on your answer.
I mean, yeah, if we're like transferring passwords and stuff for a retail customer, we'll encrypt the backup so it grabs everything.
Tools encrypt backups.
We have had issues with 3U, so we just use iTunes.
What issues have you had?
Well, my employees say that it won't always grab passwords to like email accounts and stuff like that, or if it does, it's not correct. Or
Is it supposed to? Every time I restore my phone from iCloud, it always asks me to re-enter my email password.
if you encrypt through iTunes,
Well, iCloud's already encrypted.
I'm saying when you're backing up on iTunes, if you encrypt that specific local backup, it grabs everything, including passwords. And when you restore it, it doesn't ask for you to put those in usually.
So I know it does. It stores your passwords, like all the passwords you have saved.
Yes.
Email passwords are different because, from my understanding, an iCloud backup and an encrypted iTunes backup are the same thing.
I mean, yeah,
So when I back up my phone and I restore my phone through iCloud, it asks for all my email passwords one time before it lets me in. But you're saying I'll have to try that. I'm going to call BS on it right now. I'm like, hey, I don't believe you.
No, I mean, from my understanding, again, I'm not the one doing backups typically, but from my understanding is when they back it up locally through iTunes on Windows, it usually doesn't ask to input those passwords again.
Speaking of BS that I've heard, did that 8-hour countdown let you type in that password again?
It did. Yeah, when we got in this morning, it allowed us to put it in, but I haven't checked on it since with Aaron.
So when you put it in, did it work or did it tell you it was wrong and disable again?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Aaron since this morning about it.
Text Aaron because that would be huge. Because from what I know right now is on older versions of OS, we're talking about iPhone disabled, right? David updated the phone and he got one more chance to type in the password, but it was an 8-hour countdown. Now, to my knowledge, data is gone as soon as you get the iPhone unavailable or iPhone disabled message. But there is with older iOS, there's a chance with forensic softwares to get that data. But once you update it to iOS 18 or something new, then there's no tool for that anymore. So you effectively lose data again. So, but David said he had read somewhere that iOS 18 gave you another shot. So I'm very curious if that actually worked, but I mean, I don't think it did, but I'm curious if it did because that would be like groundbreaking on disabled iPhones.
I want to say we had a customer that came in with their phone unavailable back when the i18 first dropped and we tried it and we had success on it. And it was like maybe a 24-hour countdown timer on that one. So it does vary. But I just texted him to ask.
All right, cool.
But I'm going to go ask my employees real quick about the iTunes backup locally. If the encryption actually saves like the email passwords and everything else.
Yeah, so I mean, when I say the email password, I don't mean like if your email password is saved in your passwords app or the settings under your passwords. I'm talking about like the actual sign in of your phone to the email. Like when you go to mail under settings and you look at all your email accounts there, that's where it always asks me to re-enter the password.
Oh, you're talking about iOS?
Yes.
iOS.
Yeah. What would we be talking about other than iOS?
Like you have the Gmail app on the phone, it grabs the Gmail app and the password within the app so that when you just load the app up, it's still signed in.
Well, yeah, but that's because that password is saved in your passwords app or in the settings under passwords. But that's why I was saying like with the encryption or the iCloud backup, it doesn't work with like native mail app.
You're saying like within the actual the mail app on the iPhone, those settings, it asks for you to input those.
I think iPhone 16 models they did a very bad job. They didn't sell for shit.
A lot of people were taking them back just like for a full refund.
Wow.
Yeah, it flopped. It flopped pretty bad, man.
Well, I thought people were telling me
talking about doing every other year product cycle, moving away from yearly releases to like every other year or whatever incremental instead of
just whenever they have something cool to put out. Remember when Apple used to do that? Was like, no, we don't need to release a product every year, just when like, and then you would get excited about the new release. You'd be like, wow, there's so much difference that where you jump to upgrade. Now it's like, why am I upgrading from the 15 to the 16? Right? Like, and I didn't even upgrade to the 15 for a while because I was like, damn, now all of my chargers aren't going to work anymore. And I got to buy all these new chargers or raid my office and grab them. You know, I didn't want to do that.
Well, not to mention the USB-C on the iPhone isn't even like true USB-C. Aren't the speeds throttled to 2.0?
That I don't know, but it would be something I believe. I know the Lightning is, but
I remember reading about like on Mac Rumors when they were doing like I guess testing that even though it's USB-C, it's not a 3.0 or 3.1 like a Samsung would be. It's a C to meet compliance, but it's still throttled at 2.0.
I mean, I believe
the reason we have C in an iPhone is because the EU is like, hey man, you gotta put USB-C in these phones. You can't sell them here. So I was like, all right, bet we're just gonna 2007 fucking transfer speeds, but it's USB-C. It's like, come on, man. But that's totally an Apple thing, you know.
Wow.
When they're forced to do something, they do the bare minimum.
It's just the problem is it takes them a whole
They do it in a petty way.
One phone,
Yes.
and like it's funny because their release video, like the release video that they do, you can like it got so boring. It sounds like you're listening to the same teacher for a whole year.
The product,
like the way they approach, like so now we have this, and it's kind of like you're watching these YouTuber guys, like the entrepreneurs, these guys, and it's not 50, it's 50% better, and it's bigger, and it's larger, and it's faster.
It'd be like, it's bigger and smaller at the same time.
Yeah. We're not like really. Do people
I'll show
still?
you what's bigger and smaller
Yeah.
Calm down, Tony. Jesus.
at the same time.
Like, do people still fall for this shit? Like, does it really
Oh,
like?
gosh.
Does it
I
really
mean,
like go over?
It's not
people's
like
heads,
we
or-
used to fall for it, Tony. It used to be true when they said this shit.
Exactly, but it wasn't even the way that they're saying it. You know, like right now, it's so fake. Like, imagine going to a store and they're like, "Yeah, this car is the best car in the world. Oh my god!" Like they're talking to you like you're 7 years old. And I'm like, get over this shit. It's 50%. Our Gorilla Glass, it's 50% stronger. And then there you go. You buy that bitch, and then fucking the first job you do it with an Apple case, and you get shit like this. I don't know if you can see it.
Yep.
Tell me going on a phone repair store without telling me.
Yeah.
But hold on. I'm so proud to say, not broken, baby.
This is the first phone I ever broke, man. I don't know how. With an Apple damn case.
Yeah, I use Gear 4 cases. These things are pretty dope.
We deal with what is it called? My Bet.
My
From
bad,
Move
or
Lord.
my
They're
bad.
usually
Yeah.
at the show. They're pretty good.
I'm
expensive,
using Gear
but
4 and
their package is
also
pretty
Cell
decent.
Helmet.
So that's
Dude,
why
I
I
saw
got
Cell Helmet.
This
hit.
is
My side's finally popping off.
Yeah,
Oof.
dude, they
Cell Helmet
on their
was pretty
website. I
good.
was just
We sold
looking.
a lot of
I was
Cell
looking at
Helmet.
we were looking at restocking from one of our stores today, and they have cases.
Josh.
I guess they're liquidating for $2.75 a pop. Cell Helmet. iPhone XRs
Really?
for $2.75. I was like, bro, stock up.
I just
Yeah,
threw
that's what
my
we bought.
case today,
Oh,
Josh. Look,
Yep.
Yep.
literally just
Yep.
threw it away today.
Speaking of cases, though, Phone LCD Parts has a pretty expansive like case selection for
I've
Yeah.
heard that.
a lot of things, like
They
Motorola.
have a huge selection, probably the largest
I mean,
one.
They really do. Like, and the cool part is like when you're making your regular parts order, it's like a $10 shipping upgrade or like $8 to add a ground item to your overnight order. But it's nice to be able to like order a moto case or a waterproof case or something like that for a specific model. That's pretty.
Yeah.
We
I
really
didn't know
enjoyed that option when ordering.
Well, folks, I am going
We
to
out.
wrap this up. Got some Halloween duties to approach in the
Oh
next
shoot, I
hour.
forgot about that. It's coming right on the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. October is almost over
All right,
already.
guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, everyone.
Yep.
See ya.
Have a good weekend,
Yeah, now
everybody.
that Dustin's gone, see ya.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See you guys.